Hello, welcome to today's yoga practice. Let's begin by coming to a comfortable seated position. Feel free to sit on a bolster or a cushion if it helps to keep your spine long. And gently close the eyes. Begin to focus on the breath, following the inhale around the body and the exhale back out again. Feel for that natural rise and fall on the inhale and the exhale. And perhaps you have a little bit of room to rock back slightly over your sit bones, lengthening up through the crown of the head. Almost feeling like the heart space, the chest is reaching up and opening a little as the shoulders drop down the back. And in today's practice, we're going to be focusing on cultivating a sense of groundedness, so reconnecting to our roots and also at the same time building a little bit of strength. So to begin with, we'll do a really short visualization. Bring to your mind's eye the image of a strong, sturdy tree. You can imagine you've got this sturdy tree behind you. Maybe you're sitting at the trunk of this tree. And just as the tree has roots which dig down deep into the soil, searching for nutrients, start to visualize your own roots reaching down from the base of your tailbone, from your sit bones, from any parts of the body that are in contact with the floor. And you can feel these roots reaching down, drawing you close to the earth, and the roots maybe spike off in different directions as they grow down and down, finding nutrients and life in the darkness underground. And then just as the tree has these branches which grow up tall, reaching towards the light above, start to visualize this sense of lifting up through the crown of your own head. So the base of the body is in strong connection with the earth, grounding down. And there's this lift up through the top of your body, up towards the wider universe, up towards the light above. And you can gently release this image from the mind's eye and bring the focus back to the breath. And then you can keep your eyes closed here or you can open them. We're just going to make circles all around. So you can still feel that strong connection that your sit bones have on the floor, even though the rest of your upper body is moving fluidly in these circles. Then change the direction round in the other way. Then we'll come up to seated again, finding that place of stability, that length and lift. And bring the arms in front of you, clasp the hands together in a fist. We'll reach them out in front so you can feel your shoulder blades start to wrap around the back of your rib cage towards your armpits. Inhale to lift the arms up. You've still got space in your neck, maybe check you can shake or nod. And we're feeling this lift up through the fists, but we've got this pull down through the base of the body. So draw the belly in towards the back, hug in the lower ribs, and feel almost like you're plugging down through the base of the body whilst you've got this lift up through the top. We'll stay here for a few full breaths. Lovely. Exhale the arms down. You can give them a bit of a shake. And then we'll come into a kneeling position. Knees a little bit wide, bum sitting back on the heels. Just place the hands out in front. So the fingers can be spread and all parts of the hands are in contact with the mat or the floor, wherever you're practicing. Inhale to lift the bum off the heels, weight into the hands. The whole hand remains planted on the floor, and exhale to sink the bum back down. Inhale to lift the bum up, bringing the weight over the hands. Exhale, sink the bum back down. Continue to do this a few times, following your own pace of breath. And just really feel into that sensation of the hands being planted into the floor. Then draw the wrists into the chest and we'll roll the hands out a few times and change the direction. Then just take them out in front and start to flash the fingers a little bit. Take them above, flash the fingers up here. And then take them out to the side, pushing away through the heels of the hands, reaching the fingertips up to the ceiling or the sky. And then shake it all out again. Next, come to sit down on your sit bones. We've got the knees bent, the feet placed out in front. We'll take the hands to the knees. Feel for that lift up through the chest, rolling the shoulders down the back. You can keep the chin slightly tucked. Start to lean back a little. And once you've leaned back to about here, draw the belly button in and up. And then lean back a little more. You can keep your hands where they are, you can take them out. Holding for a few breaths. Then start to feel like your pelvis is kind of rotating under and you're starting to engage your lower abs. So you've got this squeeze in across the belly. And you can imagine that you're reaching your feet and your knees forward as you lean back a little bit more. Keeping the breath steady. Lean back a little bit more. And a little bit more. And then inhale to come up. Well done. We're going to now come into a Savasana boat pose, so you can add your support to begin with. So we've got the support of our hands here and the feet up. And what we're going to do is inhale to squeeze the chest into the thighs, and then exhale to lower all the way down. Inhale, squeeze up. Exhale down, drawing the belly in, and then inhale up. Exhale down. You can add your hands if you need balance. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. And take it all to a forward fold. Let the knees flop out to the sides and just allow the head to relax. Take a few breaths here. Then roll up and come into your tabletop position. We've got the hands beneath the wrists, the knees beneath the shoulders. A few rounds of cat-cow. Inhale, drop the belly, scoop the chest forward. Exhale, draw belly in, round back. Inhale to scoop the chest forward, take the gaze forward. Exhale to round the back, drawing everything in. And then you know what to do here. Take a few more rounds following your own pace of breath. Feel free to close the eyes to really feel into every part of the back moving. And then bring the knees back and together a little bit. So we're coming into a plank but on the knees. We've still got the shoulders above the wrists, the fingers are spread. And from here, just take the gaze to just above and between your hands. Start to draw the belly button in and up. Feel for actively pushing the floor away through the hands. And we want to start to tap into this sense of bringing everything, drawing into this central line. And then we're going to start to bring one hand up, tap the other arm. Bring the other hand up, tap the other arm. And we're trying to keep everything as still as possible, drawing in. And then you can either stay here, continuing to do it on your knees, or you can come up into your plank, reaching back through the heels, knees off the floor, body in a long line. Squeezing the glutes a little bit, drawing the belly in, pushing the floor away, and then very slow and controlled, lifting one hand to tap the other arm, and then the other. Keep the breath steady. Keep focusing on drawing everything in, centralizing everything. And then either lower through chaturanga, taking the weight forward and coming down, or you also have the option to lower the knees and the chest. From there, walk the hands forward a little. Inhale to pull the floor, lift the chest up. Keep the elbows a little soft. Exhale, down. And bring it all back to a downward facing dog. Now in down dog, I want you to keep the elbows and the knees a little bit soft, a little bit bent. Reaching the sit bones up and back. Still feeling for a sense of drawing in through the belly. And then come onto the tippy toes, bend the knees, and start to lower down so your shoulders are above your wrists and your knees are just hovering above the floor, knees beneath hips. And we'll keep pushing the floor away, drawing the belly in and holding this for a few breaths, knees hovering off the floor. On your next exhale, lift the hips up and back, keeping the elbows and the knees a little bit bent for downward facing dog. And then roll the shoulders over the wrists, drop the knees to hover above the floor, push the floor away and hold here. Then take the knees wide, the big toes together, sink the bum back to the heels, draw the forehead onto the floor, and take a little rest in child's pose, relaxing all the muscles. Then inhale to walk the hands back towards the chest. And we'll come into a squat position, so feet about hip distance apart. Your toes can be pointing out and sinking the hips low. It's alright if your heels are off the floor, don't worry about that. If this feels too much in any way, you can always grab a block or a cushion to actually sit on. Put that out the way. And so from here we're going to tuck the upper arms to the inside of the legs, bring the hands to prayer position, have a slight squeeze in through the legs and maybe a gentle push out through the upper arms. We'll take the gaze to the tips of our fingertips, still feeling for lifting up through the crown of the head so the spine is long. And this can be a very grounding posture because the Muladhara chakra, the base chakra at the base of the tailbone, is very close to the earth. And that chakra is responsible for our feelings of stability, safety, roots. So taking a few breaths here. then interlace the thumbs and the fingers, but keep the index fingers together. We're going to take that above the head like we did in seated at the very beginning, so feeling that plug down through the base of the body and that lift up through the hands. Inhale to lift up. When you reach the top, keep the knees slightly bent. And exhale to come back down. Inhale, up. Exhale, back down. One last time, inhale up, keep the knees a little bent. Exhale, back down. And sit on the bum. And we'll come onto our backs to set up for bridge. So your feet just a tiny bit wider than hip distance apart, in close towards the bum. Hands by the side of the body, palms facing up. And start to feel the connection between the feet and the mat. Push down to the feet, inhale, lift up through the hips. Keep reaching the hips up to the sky. Pressing down through all corners of the feet. Feeling for a slight inward rotation of the thighs. Imagining you're sending your knees forward. Then bring all your awareness to the big toe mound of both feet. Then notice where the outer edges of both feet meets the floor. And then bring the awareness to the heels. And feel the feet rooting down through all these points of contact with the mat. Then exhale to lower down, draw the knees into the chest, hug them in, and rock from side to side, massaging out the the lower back, sorry. And then reach the legs out, we'll set up for our Savasana, so make sure you're really comfortable here. You might want to have a cushion stacked beneath the knees. You can take your palms facing up, backs of the hands on the floor, or palms on the belly. And let the eyes close. And bring the awareness to the breath. And then bring the awareness to the mouth. So feeling the tongue relax in the mouth, feeling the lips relax, maybe they part a little bit. Checking there's no clenching or holding in the jaw, and relaxing all across the jaw, the face muscles. Bring the awareness to the bit between the eyebrows, relaxing across the forehead. Then notice where the back of the head meets the floor. Feeling the back of the head in connection with the floor beneath. Bring the awareness to where the shoulders meet the floor. And then bring the awareness to where the points of contact between the bum and the floor are. Notice the backs of the legs resting on the floor. And bring the awareness to where the heels meet the floor. And if visualization works for you, you can again bring to mind's eye the image of these roots digging down into the earth, rooting down through the back of your body into the earth beneath. And with every breath, really invite the body to sink into relaxation. And slowly start to deepen the breath, inviting small movements into the body, wiggling the fingers and the toes. When you're ready, draw the knees into the chest, hug round the shins, rock from side to massage out the lower back. Finally, roll over to the right hand side. You can release the arms from the legs and curl up in a little ball. Resting here for a moment, for a few breaths, knowing that right now in this moment absolutely nothing is expected of you. Then keeping the eyes closed or the gaze lowered, gently prop yourself up to your comfortable seated position. Finding that length up through the crown of the head. Place one hand over the heart and then the other hand over that hand. And breathe up to the hands. Breathing into the heart space. And the invitation here is to offer yourself some gratitude, maybe some love, for making the time and space for you today. And you can release the hands. Take the deepest breath that maybe you've taken all day. And blink the eyes a few times, maybe even stretch the face. And then you're ready to head out into the rest of the day, whatever that holds for you. Thank you for joining me. Namaste.